Good morning. Let's fix that. Right. Okay. Good morning. My name is Megan. I am the Ultimate Hype Witch, and this is our weekly live global New Earth meditation because I was sick of all of the fear mongering and all of the distractions and distortions and everything being thrown at us in our algorithms today. And I just needed to do something. So I am a firm believer in what we focus our attention on is what our reality becomes. And I believe that we are all very magical, very powerful beings who have forgotten our abilities and been told and they try to convince us that we are not intelligent humans and we are not these powerful humans who have all these magical abilities, all of that. So, anyways, I digress. More of that in my online community, the Hype Hive. If you want to learn more about how to access your own powers, how to access manifestation techniques, all of those things, that's my vibe. I'm the Hype Witch. I will help you alchemize your emotions and transform them into alchemical gold. Um, Okay, today we're going to focus on activating our voice and using our voice for the highest good of all. So, almost 4 years ago, I had my massive spiritual awakening in the Virginia portal. And that is where my voice was activated. When my voice was activated, my throat chakra, my jaw, everything unlocked. And so my channel opened so beautifully and just so much came through. One of the biggest lessons that happened that weekend, it was an initiation to my womanhood, but it was understanding how our words, our thoughts, our actions are all meant to be in alignment. And if we always say we're going to do something and we don't follow through on it, then we're living out of alignment. And if we always say we're going to, I'm going to jump rope every morning for 5 weeks and we don't ever do that, then we're living out of alignment. And it's these little things that people don't think add up to anything, but they do. And a lot of people just fear their own capacity and their own abilities, which is why they never follow through on things, and they fear success and fear failure, and they blame it on perfectionism. And I'm here to show you that, look, I'm doing this thing. I understand that I'm just figuring it out and I'm having a good time with it. And anyone can start anything. And this isn't what it's going to look like in the future. I understand that. But this is what it's looking like right now. This is what I have the capacity to give. This is what I have the capacity to make it look like, and so on. And that's where we're at. And I'm okay with that. I'm not dogging myself for this. And you shouldn't dog yourself for where you're at in your life either. But what we can control in our human experience is how we live in true alignment with what our soul is calling us to do, with what our soul is wanting us to bring forth in the world, what we are meant to be creating and curating with other people. And that starts with our voice. And so today we are going to focus on activating that voice and how we can show up for ourselves, for our communities, for those who are voiceless. I really don't like my hair this morning. That's fine. I'm going to put it up in a. For those who are voiceless, whatever, it's better. And so we can use our voice to activate humanity and show up and be a better steward of this earth, which is what we're all trying to do. We're all trying to co-create this new earth together. And this is how we're going to do it. All right. I'm Megan. I'm the Ultimate Hype Witch. So, welcome to this new Earth Global Meditation. Today is focusing on our voice and our throats. So, expect some toning, expect some vibrations to move through that area. We're going to be using our diaphragm, all of that. All right. So, if you want to close your eyes, you can do so now. We're just going to take a few breaths in. Exhaling fully. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Keeping your eyes closed and sticking with a natural breathing rhythm. We're going to focus on a blue light, a blue orb just floating right above, in between the brows and your third eye. Putting your focused attention there. And I want you to imagine this blue light entering into your forehead and allowing that orb to start to maneuver its way, moving through your head, through your brain, through your skull, just rolling your neck, moving. Moving your neck around, allowing that blue light to come into your throat. It does a few spirals through your neck, moves into your chest, into your arms, down into your hands, back into your chest, into your heart, into your stomach, down into your solar plexus, rib cage, your stomach, your gut. Wrap that around to your back. Moving it down into the root, into your legs, moving it all the way down to your feet. Okay, and then moving that blue light back up and having it come sit right in your throat, right in your neck. And I want us to take a collective sigh out of our mouths. Taking a deep breath in. Taking another deep breath in. And one more biggest sigh of your day so far. in through your mouth and through your nose. So many of us lock up our throats, hold back from sharing our truth, from sharing our voice and our opinions, because there's a lot of fear there. Fear of being judged, fear of being seen, fear of being witnessed, having an opinion that does not match the status quo, that goes against what society has convinced people they need to believe. I remember growing up, we were taught about freedom of speech. That is put into our brains at such a young age. We have this freedom of speech here in the United States where we get to say what we want to say. Now we have made it into a time where the masks are dropping and we are understanding how when we speak, we may be censored on these platforms. If it goes against community guidelines. But we can't let that deter us from speaking our truth, from sharing what's meant to be shared. Because I believe as long as it's coming from the high heart and you're speaking on the highest good, speaking with love, grace, and compassion out of kindness, I believe it's meant to be shared, no matter if it's well received or not. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. But the biggest censor of all isn't these platforms, isn't other people, it's ourselves. It's whatever we've convinced ourselves will happen if we speak our truth and share how we truly feel. If we share an opinion that people might disagree with. If we share something that doesn't even seem that outlandish, but what do we do? It just doesn't sit right with other people. May this be your permission slip to use your voice, to stand up for what you believe is right. Stand up for what's going on in the world, the injustice, the systems that are crumbling right before our eyes. And we are going to do some toning together. So we're going to put our tongue, the tip of our tongue, behind the top row of teeth. And we're going to chant Hue, which is a higher vibration than Om. It helps us unlock the power that lives within us. It's what I use to start off my pleasure practices every morning. And it goes like this. So you just put the top of your tongue right behind your teeth. And you go, and you do that hold that for as long as you can. And then you repeat it a few times. You can do that for however many times you want to. When you're done, I want you to just start massaging your throat right below your jaw into your neck. I want you to just focus on the tension there. Uh, mm, mm. Just intuitively feel where you need to place your hands. There are a lot of amazing massage therapists, body workers who can help you work on your throat, can help you open that even more. Energy workers. I work on people's throats a lot because a lot of us have shut them down. It's about opening them up and activating them, activating your spirit, activating your truth, your wisdom that lives within you. So, closing your eyes, taking a big deep breath in through the nose, and exhale fully through the mouth. Hope you can feel the difference. Let's keep those eyes closed. I want you to imagine that blue light is pulsing in that throat area on your neck, chest, mouth. And focusing your attention there. I want you to ask yourself, what is something that I've wanted to share? What's a piece of wisdom that's coming from love, not judgment, compassion, not cruelty, elevation without taking out another party. What is something you've been witnessing in the world? What's something that you've been wanting to speak up on, but you haven't had the courage to say anything, or you haven't taken the time to sit with your thoughts and find the words that are meant to flow out of you? I want you to stay with that. Think about that for the next few breaths. Maybe it's a conversation that you need to have with a friend or a family member or a partner, business partner. Maybe you're seeing some messed up things come to light in the news and you don't necessarily know what the solution is, but you want to share your thoughts on it. My current one is the AI data centers, aka the surveillance centers that they're putting up everywhere. I am a big advocate for living in harmony with the planet, with harmony with the creatures that are around us. And I believe that there's a big push for technological innovation, and I'm using that in quotes. And there's a big rush to get things built in order for this AI takeover to happen. When just a few years ago, we didn't need it to tell us how we felt about a situation. We didn't need it to organize our dreams. We didn't need it to organize our thoughts. We were a humaning. So, whatever comes through for you, I want you to notice whether your throat becomes tighter or if it softens when you start thinking about what words you'd actually want to say, how you'd actually want to say it. And I want you to ask yourself whether you trust yourself enough to speak up on what you want to bring up, to speak on what you've been seeing in the world. Seeing in your reality. I believe if you see something, you say something. You can apply that to so many different scenarios in this world. But silence is compliance. We're living in a time where we're compromising community for convenience. We're compromising nature for, in quotes, innovation. So now more than ever, we must speak out on what changes we want to see in the world. Because we are more powerful in numbers. We are more powerful when we stand in our sovereignty. We are more empowered when we stand together on a shared mission and have a shared focus. Let's spend the last few minutes focusing our attention on imagining a world that lives in harmony with nature, that lives in harmony with the communities we surround ourselves with. Let's focus on befriending our neighbors, a world where nature gives us everything we could possibly need. And the technology is integrated into our approach of maintaining and sustaining us versus stripping and extracting from our earth, from our own sovereignty, our own minds. We're no longer outsourcing. We are co-creating with the innate source, the innate wisdom that lives within us, and living in harmony and heart coherence with the nature that surrounds us. We are remembering and tapping into our gifts that we are meant to be birthing and sharing with the world. Co-creating a more loving and harmonious and compassionate future. So just imagine what that looks like for you. And as you come out of this meditation, I hope your throat feels a little bit more open, a little bit more relaxed. I hope you find the courage that lives within you to speak out when you see something that you're passionate about, whatever injustice it may be, whatever distortions you can no longer live with. And speak up on it, because I bet there's more people around you who are also believe the same thing, but they don't have the knowledge, the power, or they're scared of voicing their opinion as well. but it would surprise you what's going to come up once you start sharing from your loving, heart-centered approach. All right, I'm Megan. I'm the ultimate hype witch. And I hope you have a magical day. If you like more of this, there's going to be one next week. I don't know what that'll be on. I do, if you're in the Austin area, I'm having a Once Upon a Blue Moon somatic breathwork session next Saturday, May 30th at 7:30 p.m. I do private online sessions, one-on-one small groups as well. I love somatic breathwork. It's just an opportunity for you to become present in your human experience. I curate the vibes. I've got a badass playlist and it's going to be an amazing, at an awesome yoga studio called the Yoga Tiki here in Lakeway. A dear friend just opened it up. So if you're in that area, definitely go check it out. It's on the full moon. So it's going to be a potent one, a special one. It's all about endings and transformation and sudden quick shifts. So nothing too crazy. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out to me, comment on this channel, or find me on Instagram, find me on Threads, find me on my website. You can always inquire and I'll reach out as quickly as I can. You can subscribe to my newsletter. I have a million different fun little offerings. I'm revamping up my online community right now. So it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun changes happening over here in my world. And thank you for coming along. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day.